Hello, good morning, students. So, welcome back to the class. Remember, last day we had met and we had started discussing the Abhijnana Shakuntalam of Kalidasa, which is prescribed in UG CBCS Semester 1, MJC 01. I hope you remember the class. I am Dr.Jitendra Kumar Mishra, Assistant Professor at Department of English in Lalit Narayan Tirhut Mahavidyalaya, Muzaffarpur. So, just we'll have a recap, then we'll come to the next class. You know about Abhijnana Shakuntalam? This is a masterpiece classical Sanskrit literature written by Kalidasa and translated into various languages. It is also known as the recognition of Shakuntala. That is the meaning I had told you last day, you remember. Abhijnana Shakuntalam, this means the recognition of Shakuntala. It is a renowned Sanskrit play written by Kalidasa, I had told you. Kalidasa was one of the greatest poets and dramatists in ancient India that we had discussed in the previous class. And this epic tale of love, loss, and destiny has captivated audiences for centuries. It showcases the timeless beauty of Sanskrit literature and its enduring relevance. So, this part we had discussed in the previous class. Now, come to the next part. Kalidasa, the renowned Sanskrit poet and dramatist, what he says in this work. He was the poet of love and he was a master dramatist. The love story that Kalidasa has weaved, that you will see it is not only the love story between the two bodies, not only between the two souls, it is between the human beings and the nature and the natural beauty, the natural existences, including the birds, animals, the trees, the flowers, the fruits, everything he is interweaving together. He is weaving together in such a manner that it seems as if all are alive. The living experiences of the entire existence of the vicinity, the entire existence of the plants, the flora, fauna in the vicinity, that shows us how beautifully he has tried to connect the natural beauty with the human beauty, how he has tried to connect the flora, the fauna, the plants, trees, even the lamb, the bull, and the snakes, and the flowers and fruits and grasses, even small thorns. He so minutely discusses the creepers. He discusses so minutely that we are engrossed and captivated by his writing. He is, as I told you, considered one of the greatest poets of the classical Sanskrit period. He is compared many a time with Shakespeare of Britain, as Shakespeare holds his position in drama writing, English drama writing in the Western world and the entire world. Kalidasa also holds the same position in Sanskrit, not only in India but also abroad. His works are renowned for their exquisite beauty, lyrical charm, and profound insights into human nature. As I told you just now, the nature, he tries to connect the natures rather we call, he tries to connect the natures, one nature that is the nature in capital or the nature in small, the nature that is existing outside, the nature that is existing inside. He tries to connect both the natures together. So he is the master pictorial descriptor of natural beauty and the nature. He is known for his mastery of language. His works are a testament to the richness and sophistication of Sanskrit literature. And as a master dramatist, we find he was a skilled dramatist. His plays have been staged and enjoyed throughout India for centuries. Even a recent example is that you find there the even from Bollywood, one actress was trying to connect her story with the story of Shakuntala and Dushyanta. Abhijnānaśākuntalam is his most celebrated work, showcasing his mastery of the Sanskrit theoretical tradition and his ability to weave a compelling and moving story. The story that starts how a virgin lady and how a king who holds his power over the entire vicinity, he comes in, they come into contact, he comes into contact with that beautiful lady, and how both of them they develop their love together, and how when he goes, how he forgets, and how when again they remember one another, how he comes to remember her with the token that he had given to her. So the weaving of this story is such engrossing and beautiful that we when we start reading the drama, we do not stop until we complete it. The movie version, even you would see on media, you can find there they have created a web series on Abhijnana Shakuntalam, that is South India creation, and that is very beautiful. If you go through, you would find the entire story. However, when it is transcreated into movie or it is transcreated into a web series, of course it has to be enriched with different sorts of spices, and so that it could attract various types of people. So this has been transcreated very recently, just a year ago. This was launched, the web series on Abhijnānaśākuntalam. So why I'm telling you it, that the importance of Abhijnānaśākuntalam was not only centuries ago, it is still having the same importance, it is still having the same impact over the audiences of today. Today also, people do not have any other story which can surpass this story of Abhijnana Shakuntalam, of Shakuntala and Dushyanta. How beautifully he has woven the story, connecting the natural plants, fruits, and animals with the living beings of the girl Shakuntala, her friends, Risikanva, and his entire living ashrama. So, the story that was important centuries ago, the same story is important even today. People are creating movies, web series. However, it has been staged hundreds and thousands and uncountable times at different stages. But still, till date, just a year ago, that web series had come on Shakuntala. So the same is important till date. People have not lost their interest in this epic tale. The story of Shakuntala is a tale of love, loss, and destiny. How it is a story of love. So when Dushyanta goes in the ashram of Kanva, and when he for the first time sees the beautiful virgin Shakuntala, he is completely engrossed and attached with her. He cannot live without her. He leaves his entire troop. He asks his entire troop to stop their only the hunting that they had come for, and there only he makes his stay, and he leaves his entire, he forgets all his works of his kingdom, all his works of his retinue, and he remembers only one thing, that is the beautiful lady Shakuntala, and he falls in love with her. However, we cannot say it is one sided love, but it is Shakespeare's same kind of love that he has given, love at first sight. This is also a love at first sight type episode there, where when Dushyanta for the first time sees Shakuntala, he falls in love with her. And the same when Shakuntala sees him, she also develops a kind of attraction for him. So the love story between them is the same love at first sight type love. So it is the story of love. How it is a story of loss? It's a story of loss because when Dushyant finds Sakuntala, there is a kind of completion. They marry together. The love is complete there, but still, as they do not live together, it is a type of loss. When Dushyant marries Sakuntala and leaves for his kingdom, when he goes to his palace, he forgets. However, there the curse of Durvasa Rishi may be a reason, or rather is a reason, but the loss that she has to bear, the loss that Shakuntala has to bear for Dushyanta, and the loss that Dushyanta has to bear for Sakuntala is the main story of loss in this drama. Then coming to what is the story of destiny. Destiny also plays a vital role in this drama. See how a lady living in the ashrama who does not think, however, she is attaining the age of marriage. She is the daughter of an angel who used to live in the heaven. But when she comes there, when she is born on earth, she has to live on earth and she has to live the worldly life. So when she is living the worldly life, she also attains the age of marriage and she has to marry. That is fixed. But whom she will marry, that is not fixed. Nobody knew, neither her friends, nor Kanva Rishi, nor she herself, whether she would be married to a Brahmin having long hair and doing penance and sitting somewhere and teaching his disciples. She did not know. She had never ever thought and imagined that she would be married to a king who holds his power over all the ruling kings of the world. She did not know that she would be a queen. She had never imagined about that. But it is a work of destiny that she comes into contact with the king or the king Dushyanta, and there she falls into love. Their marriage happens. It is a work of destiny that when he goes to his palace, he forgets her. That is a kind of destiny, because had it not been, he had promised. Dushyanta had promised as soon as he goes to the palace, he will send his messengers, and with all respect, he will bring his queen to the palace. But it is a work of destiny that when he goes there, he forgets her. It is a destiny that when Durvasa Rishi comes, she is engrossed completely in the memory of the king, and she does not hear who was there begging for alms. And then it is a work of destiny that he curses, and that curse creates the havoc. The curse brings tragedy for her, and her husband forgets her. It's a work of destiny. When she was going to her husband's palace to meet Dushyanta, the ring that he has given as a token of love, that she loses. That is missed in the water. That is a work of destiny. How all of a sudden she loses that ring, and how without that ring her husband does not recognize her. Again, it's a work of destiny. Again, it's a work of destiny. When uh, when that ring was completely lost, and when there was no chance of recognition of Shakuntala by Dushyanta, how that ring is got by a fisherman, and how that fisherman takes that for selling in the market, and how he is captured by a particular type of people who are no other than the king's police itself, and they carry him to the king's palace, and there the ring is recognized, and there he remembers Dushyanta. There he remembers the entire story of his past life, and there he remembers that he has a wife whom he has already forgotten there somewhere, whom he has completely forgotten and has not brought to the palace as per his promise. He has broken his promise. For that, he is suffering. He is suffering. Suffering is not from one side. Suffering is from both the sides. Both are suffering, because it is not only the loss from the side of Shakuntala for Dushyanta. It is vice versa. It is as same as Shakuntala is suffering, as Shakuntala has lost her husband Dushyanta. Dushyanta is also suffering for Shakuntala. He is also suffering for his wife. So it is a work of destiny. And again, at the last, as it happens in many cases, at last, Dushyanta recognizes, with the help of that token of love that he had given to her, the ring, and by that, again they conjugate, again they meet. So that is a work of destiny. Well, fine. We shall discuss the remaining part in the next class. So we shall close here because it's a long lecture. Thank you. We'll see you in the next class. Thanks.